Welcome, I'm definitely not Lad, and you're watching the Mastering Every Role series where I'm currently working on a tank. Before we get started with M+ today, what I would like to do is mention a few things. The first thing is you can vote for which spec I'm going to play for the other roles. If you check the description of the video, you'll find links that take you to the straw poll for every specific role. You can vote once a day, every day, until I start playing that spec for the challenge. The second thing I want to talk about is actually more of a question than anything else, and that is, would you like to see me struggle through the mage tower with some like twinked out characters? So what I'm currently doing is, you'll notice here that I have like 3 level 1 characters and a level 34 character. My plan with these characters is to get them to level 45 and then try to mage tower with them. The reason I have 4 different characters is because, well, with these 4 characters, I can go ahead and complete the entire Mage Tower challenge and get that really cool book mount, which I'll probably spam the crap out of for like a week and then never use again. But if that's something you guys would like to see in a video, let me know and I'll make it. And last but definitely not least, almost half of the viewers of these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you keep coming back and checking out the videos, or if you like what you see right now and this is the first time you're on the channel, first of all, I'm surprised because you're literally watching the intro of a video, and if you already like it, I'm pretty sure you're going to love the rest of it. But second of all, if you don't subscribe, go blow up. With that out of the way, I think we can get started with some M+ on Kaduni. Alrighty, so it is a new week, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just do the weekly quests that I can for getting gear. We have the World Soul quest left to turn in. The rest of it I have done. I actually got quite a bit of loot. Let me just open up this thing, get a veteran piece. It's a chest piece, so we don't care. If it was a trinket, there could be potentially something I can use it for, because I think they started 584, but it doesn't matter. I didn't get a trinket, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, they started 584. Anyway, what I did get was 2 rings. One I got from doing, I think, the Chromie Codex. This I got from doing the Blackrock Depths raid, and this I got from doing the world boss, actually. I was debating whether or not I should equip it because it's mastery crit, but it's a good chunk of mastery, and I'm really I was low on mastery until I got this. That was a good chunk of like, there was like 5% more mastery just because of that, and I was already doing relatively well with haste. I don't know, now I'm looking at it, I'm at 17% haste, I'm at 21% haste. I guess it's not that huge of a difference, 3k haste versus 3.6k mastery. I'll try to balance my stats out a little bit more because I'm also pretty low on versatility. Also, like, some noises in this game are freaking weird. It sounds like somebody's really struggling to breathe over there. It's like me after walking up a flight of stairs. But we grabbed everything we could from the weekly quests. We do still have, of course, the Emissary of War, but that's going to take a little bit more effort. We're going to go ahead and do 4s for it, because I could still use the ruined quests, and I could also use the champ gear that I'm getting from there. All that good stuff. Just a +4 Siege of Boralus, and I'm quickly going to go turn those this key into a 4 rather than a 6, because no bueno. One thing I would like to point out is I finally switched from Forewarning to Divine Inspiration. Technically, Forewarning is better. You will have better uptime with this, from my understanding, I should point out, because I saw Yoda comment that with the nerf to Divine Inspiration, Forewarning becomes better. But considering I'm bad, I'm going to go with Divine Inspiration because I think I will have higher uptime with it, because I don't always spare a global to use Holy Armaments. Portal over to Siege of Boralus, and then I'm just going to wait for a healer to sign up. Ooh, a Holy Paladin. Actually, yes, let's have a Holy Paladin join us. Mino, this one's for you. And here we go with a Siege of Boralus +4. What we're going to do right off the bat is we're going to drag these guys over to the bombers. I'm going to use a defensive as I'm grouping this. We're going to taunt this cutter because somebody stunned it with something. I think it was the Infernal. I may have moved things inadvertently out of the abilities of the Warlock, but that's because, you know, I don't want to have these bombers standing off to the side and just free casting at us. So instead, I'd rather do this. I'm going to start moving this guy because I want to pull this. I'm going to put a focus on the Wave Shaper, looking at the Enforcer and the Raider. We're going to kick the Wave Shaper whenever we can. Time to reapply Sacred Armaments. We're going to use our Avenger's Shield to interrupt the Wave Shaper. That shield, what it does basically is it puts a shield on an enemy, and when you break that shield, break the Absorb, it stuns everything in a big AoE around that mob. So it's pretty important that you interrupt it, or if it gets cast, what you can do is also purge that. The purge will prevent the AoE stun component. This was super dangerous. The Enforcer just did a frontal into a pull in from the Raider, and that could have been Could have been a lot of people dead, but it worked out. We got pretty lucky. I keep forgetting to change my bars to not show, make Plater stop showing the cooldown thing. Here, there's a bit of trouble that you can run into where you have these bombers. So what can happen is, as these guys patrol in, the bomber will just stay over there. See, like that. What we can do to prevent that though from happening is move over here and have this bomber try and move over to us here to yeah, there we go. And the monk did exactly what we needed it to do, was help group those mobs. So what I'm trying to do basically is keep these mobs on top. So the death coil just took that shredder and made him run away towards the enforcer. Now we have some extra % here. That means we can maybe potentially skip some things later. I don't think we can. Potentially what we could skip is the mobs before the second to last boss at the giant. We'll see what our % is at when we get there. I am not really like, I don't think it'll be that big of a difference in %, but overall I think it might be nice. I'm going to use Divine Toll. I'm going to target the bomber and taunt him because he's causing us some trouble. I am having the issue where I can't control aggro because somebody is just spamming the bomber with damage, like a lot of damage. So I got a little bit confused here as to what I should be doing, because I think the raider's a bigger priority, but maybe the bomber is a big deal. People need to stop pulling shit before I'm ready to actually hit them, because there is some grouping to be done here. The paladin keeps constantly stunning things and leaving them all the way outside of, like, they just don't get cleaved down with the rest of the mobs, and it is a little bit irritating, but it's okay. I guess that's one fewer things for me to have to tank, so maybe it's like a defensive thing. 86% mana is plenty. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the boss pull. I'm gonna try and stay on top of the boss, but for the most part I think I'm going to have to, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to focus on these mobs, the ads and whatnot. We're gonna go ahead and give freedom to this guy. He sees the bomb, he's moving towards the bomb. My job here is to keep aggro on the ads and potentially fight the boss and hit the boss and do some damage to the boss. And the warlock just ran into the other direction to try and kite into a bomb. That's okay. What we will also try to do is, if the bombs are close to expiring and the boss isn't close to actually doing anything, like in the sense of isn't close to like stepping into the bomb. Sorry, I'm a little overwhelmed right now. What we will do is we will just step into the bomb and take the bomb damage so that it doesn't blow up and deal damage to the entire group. Now here, there's no chance in hell we're going to be able to absorb this bomb with the boss. Oh, the guy just missed. Grab it. Okay, the warrior grabbed it, or someone. The warlock's pretty bad at kiting the boss so far. Not a huge fan of how he's kiting it. I am being hit by this. Why is he hitting me? Why is the boss hitting me? Why is the boss hitting me? I'm going to run away, I guess. I don't know what else to do. Is he going to stop trying to hit me? How am I supposed to take aggro on mobs while the boss is hitting me? What the heck is going on? We have a new tactic, boss kite by the tank. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, you know, a small indie company, they don't have the money to fix bugs like this from happening, so you just gotta understand that, you know, with Blizzard being such a small company, they just can't handle these types of things. But hey, it's working so far. He's not really casting any other abilities. He's just kind of running after me. There's no swirlies, there's no nothing. We're just waiting for the boss to die. So that works out. This isn't how you usually do it. You usually just have the ranged kited into one of those. I don't know what happened. Maybe he couldn't attack the thingy, the warlock. So yeah, we're gonna go in here with big defensives because the shredders will put the dot on us. And on top of that, the curse blades might put a curse on us, which makes us take 5% more damage every time per stack of the curse, right? So that can be potentially life-threatening. So I'm very scared of both shredders and curse blades. Curse blades are pretty nasty. All right, the commander won't cast anything for a while, as he casts something exactly the same second I say that. The reason I'm mentioning this is because I want to go to the next group. I'm gonna go ahead and shield slam these, taunt the raider, kick this thing, put it on focus, and just try to get some aggro. The reason I didn't have aggro right off the bat is because my Avenger shield was on cooldown. So I just couldn't. We're gonna try and silence the wave shaper. I'm trying my best to like kick all of his casts and everything, but it just ain't working. Ideally here, the Holy Paladin would like pop himself and run towards those mobs, but that can't really happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and bubble myself so I can reach these mobs sooner, prevent them from doing this. There we go. That's perfect. Beautiful. I'm going to focus on the spotter, and I'm also going to try and keep the powder shots away from not pointing towards any of the other people. The reason is because they will target anything that's in front of them, and that usually includes not the tank. Like, doesn't include the tank. The tank will get ignored. But if the tank's the only thing they can target, that's going to be all it is. I've never seen him run down there. This run is shaping up to be one of the buggiest siege runs I've ever done, and that's saying something with this dungeon. All right, let's hit these, and hopefully they snap to us. If they don't, it's not a big deal. We're gonna go ahead and just walk in with a big old offensive here. Beautiful. I did get very low here for a second, but that's perfectly fine. We're going to kick the bolts. Hopefully someone kicks this. If not, I'll stun it. There we go. We managed to stun it. I am trying to get a reset on my thingy thing, but it doesn't matter anymore because we have killed the mob. So you don't have to kick it if it's dead. There's one of the cursed blades. I don't think the other one is going to make it to us. That's fine. Grabbing all the orbs. I am cursed, but not a big deal. And I mean, like in game, not just in real life. Okay. Hopefully, okay, good. It's charging someone who isn't like in the hallway. I am sorry, friend, but like I just straight up don't have a way to grab aggro off you. I don't even have bubble to like force a taunt. I'm gonna grab these cursed blades. I'm gonna try and stay on top of the spotter, I guess. I'm gonna move away because of the circle on me, but I'm gonna try and stay on top of the spotter so people can cleave. It's just running all over the place. Somebody did prioritize the spotter from what I could see, so that was really good. Healer is at full mana. We're gonna go straight into the boss. Turn the boss away from your group. There is a frontal that comes in. It'll force the range to move if you don't change the angle of the boss, so just turn it away from your group. Not much else to do here. You just literally wait for the mobs to jump in, and then you grab aggro on the mobs, and that's it. But like as a tank, this fight is extremely boring. There's a bit more to do as a healer, and it's also swirly hell. It's like a bullet hell kind of thing. With these, I'm just gonna go ahead and bubble here so I can grab all of the orbs. What I wanted to say with the thingy thing, with the stuffy stuff, what am I trying to say? With the circles that like from the spotter and from the boss, what you can do is you can wait for the second circle to be applied, the second circle to drop, and then move. You don't have to move after every circle. If you've played in Season 2 of Dragonflight, you know, or like in BFA back in the day, obviously, you might be familiar with Freehold's mechanic on the last boss, which does something very, very similar. I'm getting shot up to all hell. Also, one thing I should point out, stay in melee range of the boss, otherwise other people will be getting hit, and that's no bueno ever. I didn't have Avenger's Shield right as these guys were coming in, so it was a bit tricky with the aggro, but it worked out. Also, one thing to point out, you can't reach these walls. I'm moving to the left right now, and I cannot reach these walls, so don't get baited thinking you're safe near these walls. You are not. I'm moving over to the boss now to get into melee range. Clear the deck is coming in at an awkward angle because I wasn't close to where the boss is going to drop in. But we've reached the end of the fight. Now it's just about surviving these AoEs that the boss puts out. And by AoE, I mean the dot that goes on everyone. We're about to get clear the deck, and then it's going to be the swirlies. No swirlies for us. Okay. What I'm about to do is pretty stupid because I don't have a cancel macro for this, but I'm going to use bop on myself. No, I'm not. I have no target apparently, but I survived, so that's all that matters. I have a bit of a pull to do here. I have to organize some of these mobs, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bubble because I'm just miserably failing everything. We're gonna kick this. There we go. Big guy is all the way over there. I'm gonna try and drag these mobs over here. Awkward pull because I got flustered because I couldn't bop myself apparently because my macro is stupid and doesn't work. But it's supposed to fall back to me bopping myself. Maybe I should have used it on my unit frame. Maybe that would have worked, but it was definitely something. Okay. Sorry. Sometimes I get flustered like this, and it's always, I guess it's a bit funny. Hopefully it's funny. Otherwise it's just kind of embarrassing for me having messed up like that. I'm gonna cleanse myself, and I'm gonna just start forming the next pull because it doesn't matter what these guys do. Now we're gonna grab these guys as soon as I can with Avenger's Shield. I'm going to throw it at the Tempest over there. That'll silence the Tempest so he can't cast at me, and it'll force him to walk over. I want them to come over here because I don't want to body pull that big guy. It can be pretty scary. Here with the Tempest guy, what you're looking to kick is the Choking Waters. He will usually target the healer with that. It is a silence. You want to get rid of that immediately. or interrupt that immediately is what I'm trying to say. And that is very, very clean. The DPS in the group is really, really nice. I'm really enjoying this run so far. I feel like I'm doing a decent job as well. Tempest on focus. Get some AoEs down. We're going to use big defensive here just to make sure that I'm okay. There's bananas right on top of this. It's a little bit scary. We're going to go wings. May as well. Choking water is going to get interrupted. I got to move. Then I'm going to move back in. Why? Because I want to keep these things in the range of fire that the warlock is putting down. There's no point in moving the big guy when there's all the consecrations and everything is there. I am trying to reach those mobs. I really can't use a shield throw to silence this bastard, because it'll just bounce to these guys and then we have a bunch of extra percent that we don't need. We do need these guys for percent, I am fairly certain. Hold on. I'm going to hit all of them and immediately turn them around. The guys, see the warrior I think is standing in front and he's getting shot up to high health. So I'm going to give him a big old bop so he doesn't get shot as much. Now the healer is getting shot. We're going to give him a sack. It's because they're standing in front of these mobs. See, now everyone's behind them and I'm the only one being shot. And the warrior, you can see him backpedaling and walking forward. It's like the worst version of AD spam. All right, I'm feeling fairly confident with this group, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull these guys along with the other commander. Now we have double commander, which is pretty scary, but we can probably make this work. I have a purge, so if one of these bolstering shouts goes through, it's not a huge deal. I can handle it. I can just remove all the buffs that they get. We do have to remove that. There's a charge on me. I'm going to hope that people move away from me. There we go. We're going to wings, heal ourselves. We have 2 words of glory available. Beautiful. That's a nice pull. It's extremely time efficient. I hate killing 2 mobs at a time, even if they're really big mobs. The commanders don't really do anything other than that big shout that you have to interrupt, and then the thingy thing with the stuffy stuff, the AoE charge thing. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and just do this pull. It's not very complicated. You kick the wave shaper, you kick the commander, you kill the rest, and you try to dispel yourself at 5 stacks, or have the healer dispel you, or something dispel you at 5 stacks of the poison, depending on what your group comp is, what classes you have available. This seems to be percent, so what we're going to do is we're going to skip this last group back here. Someone decided to just stand in melee with all of that. That's kind of discourteous of them, but it's working out. I just want to point out the heals from this Holy Paladin have been freaking great. Freaking great. I love it. All right, we're going to stand here in the corner so we have these 2 sides available to us more quickly. I'm going to move to here so that when he does the frontal, it doesn't hurt as bad, or it doesn't hurt. It doesn't force people to move out of the way. We're going to go ahead and use our thingy. People can reach the boss, even though they drop these circles in pretty bad spots. They dropped it close to the tower, or the statue or whatever. You never want to do that because you want to be able to use the statue to hide from these waves. Hopefully, oh, I managed to grab those orbs. Otherwise, these breakwaters would start hurting pretty bad. Okay, we got all 10 of the orbs. The boss didn't get any orbs. That's good, because the breakwater AoE would have been pretty disastrous otherwise. Now I gotta be a little bit more careful about my positioning. I can't stand super close to the walls because the big AoE will then cause some issues where it can actually hit you while it's forming over here. It does do damage even then, so keep that in mind with your positioning. Don't force melee to stand super close to the wall, and you shouldn't stand super close to the wall either. Tidal Surge is coming in. We have to stand over here, which is not great. I'm going to move like this. Okay, that was maybe a bad call. We're going to use Horsey Horse to get the heck out of there. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to move a little bit further in this direction. Breakwater's coming in. We do have a little sliver of space here next to the tower in case we have to use it again. That is good. The frontal's coming in. I'm going to force these guys to move. I'd rather not have it go into the range. I don't see where he is. Okay, managed to grab that orb. Focusing on the orbs. There we go. Beautiful. I think he dies here before the next Tidal Surge, so we are A-okay. Well done, team. I don't know if the Warlock's struggling with his Rain of Fire because I'm moving too much, or what the case is here. Or maybe these guys are just blowing up the mobs super quick and then we don't have actually access to... Or he doesn't have time to deal damage. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's pretty rough for the Warlock right now. Okay, switching back from Crusader Aura, and we're going to get started right away. This thing bonks you pretty hard the second you pull, so be ready for that kind of damage. Okay, maybe don't instantly dispel the person on top of me. I'm trying my hardest to reach this thing. The reason I have to reach it right away is because if I don't, he's gonna this tentacle is gonna melee someone. So you have to stay in melee range of these tentacles. The ones that can hit things. The ones that are constricting, they don't really matter. We have our warrior over there dealing with the other tentacle. This will speed up the boss clear, but it will also make it a little bit more dangerous because this tentacle keeps slamming you while you're trying to do things. I'm gonna just... Oh, there's quite a bit of health on this. Never mind. I thought the warrior might kill it by the time we kill the first one. Okay. I couldn't... Don't instantly dispel or melee. So I'm trying to tell the healer not to instantly dispel because what's happening is he knocks someone into like Kingdom Come because they're close, they're stacked on top of each other, right? So you don't want to instantly dispel. You want to give people time to move away from each other, because what happened to me at the start was I got knocked back because the healer instantly dispelled and it just sent me flying, and then I had to like panic and get back to the mob because if I'm not in melee range, it's going to start hitting other people, and that's never a good thing. See here, we were at 2 separate locations, so it didn't matter as much. But yeah, it can get pretty scary. This is less of an issue in like more organized groups where you can count on them being like everyone being spread out. But here we've got pretty good posture. We're standing in good spots. Nobody should be getting hit by that nonsense. Okay, I'm gonna stand here to not get hit by these swirlies. Somebody can take care of that. I'm the tank. I have to go tank the next tentacle, so I have to run towards the next spawn point of the tentacles. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and stand right on this plank. That way I am in melee range and nobody else has to do anything crazy. Now I may have to jump into the water. Yeah, I do, because I don't want the boss to get this buff. I don't want the tentacle to get the buff, because if the boss gets the buff, the dot and the big the circle thing that he puts on people, the dot hurts like hell. Gonna send out some word of glory here. Very nice. That's the big one dead. The small one will die soon, and that'll be Siege of Boralus 2-star. Very comfortable 2-star. Very happy with this run. Very few mistakes on my end, I would like to think. Like it feels super smooth. I don't feel like I really made a big mistake. I just like, you need to move. Just move away from me. I can't go any further away from you than that. Yeah, the warlock just stood on top of me. Like, what do I do? I can't get away from him because I'll run into someone else. Okay, when I can, I will dispel our friend here. That was a... Oh, he released, I guess? No, he got CR'd. Okay, cool. But yeah, that was a good run. I really enjoyed it. I'll let the group know where they can find the YouTube video of themselves playing. Pretty nice. Oh, the healer said that he will. Very nice. All right, leave party. That was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Didn't get any loot. That's unfortunate, but you know, c'est la vie. I just... Ooh, leg plates. Oh man, if I could have gotten these, I would have been super happy. I wonder if the healer actually needed them or not. But oh well. That was pretty nice, actually. That was a +4 siege. Now, what did we get? We got a Grim Batol. Okay, I've already done Grim Batol. I do not feel guilty at all about doing another +4 Grim Batol on my own, in the sense of I'm just gonna go into Grim Batol and I'm gonna do it without doing any commentary or anything like that. I'm gonna try and get this quest done by doing 3 more heroic or mythic dungeons. Heroic? I can do heroics? I don't have to do mythics? I think I'm gonna do mythic either way because I want to fill out my vault slots, but and also get, of course, rune crests. But that's kind of cool. I didn't know you could do heroic ones. Anyway, I'm gonna go do some more 4s, and then I'm gonna see what we get from that chest.
One eternity later.
Alrighty. 2 mists and a... What was it? Grim Batol later. I am ready to turn in this quest. Yeah, let's see what I get here. Hopefully I get a trinket. I would also be okay with like getting legs or like a helmet or hands, just something to get my tier set together. But trinket would be like super good because my trinket is currently my weakest piece. So let's see. We get a crit necklace. Okay, well, Hannah, it could have been a worse thing. I don't know. A crit isn't horrible for Prot Paladin. I should point that out. You want to stack the ever-loving crap out of haste from what I've seen. Like haste over everything. It doesn't matter how much there is, you always want more haste. And then you can choose one of 2 paths according to Yoda TV, who I like looked at to figure out how to play a bit more. Basically, he says you can either stack crit or you can stack mastery depending on what exactly the dungeon is. So this isn't horrible. There's definitely a place for it, but yeah, we're good. I guess I'm gonna wear it just for the, like, there's 2.7k stamina there that I could equip and use. Like that's not a small amount. Equipping that just gave me a bunch of health. Like it's good. It's good. We're gonna use it. Haste is still looking okay at 20%. I'm quite happy with that. Mastery took a beating from that, but it's not a huge deal. We're still looking pretty. So like overall, I'm okay with this. Again, like I said, I would have much preferred to get legs, hands, or head. Wouldn't we all prefer getting head? And the trinket would have been, like, if I had gotten the Silken Cord tank trinket, I would have been super duper happy. Another thing that's currently annoying the living shit out of me is the fact that I'm missing one Runed Harbinger crest from being able to just upgrade or craft 2 items. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn some of these carved crests, which hopefully I won't regret, but I'm going to turn some of these carved crests. No, I'm not, because I can't actually do that because I don't have it unlocked. I ain't gonna do shit. Ah, god damn it. I forgot. You need to basically not have a use for carved crests before you can turn them into Runed Harbinger crests. That is annoying as heck, but yeah. Oh, and I just realized this shield, I got it from one of the Mists runs. It's basically just better stats. I might just bump it up actually while I'm here. I may as well do that and just replace the shield that I currently have. Put it at the same item level and replace it, because I'm doing okay with the flight stones. I've got quite a few flight stones here. So I got 450 more flight stones that I can access whenever I need to. So I don't mind upgrading some better stat ones. So that gives us a little bit more haste to work with. It's not a huge difference, but it's nice to have, I guess. But yeah, now I'm just thinking of what I could do to get one Runed Harbinger crest easily, and I don't think there's anything I could do to get one Runed Harbinger crest easily. By the way, I'm crafting with Runed Harbinger crests is because this is going to be a relatively short series. I'm not really going to dip my toes into too many gilded crests. I'm going to have some, but I don't think I'll get a craft out of it. And if I do, I'm probably going to recraft my weapon. So that's a thing. But I feel like getting more of these slots unlocked and getting off of the crappy gear might be better. So I think I'm going to replace these boots and these bracers because the rest of my gear is relatively good. I don't want to replace any of the tier slot items because I don't know what piece of gear I'm gonna get. So one of them I can craft, but I don't know which one until I have the full tier set, right? So I don't want to risk that. I'm just going to go for either boots or bracers. Probably boots. Boots give more stats. If you take a look here at 590 item level, both of them are 590. This gives me 9k stamina and 1.8k strength. This gives me 6.7k stamina and 1.3k strength. So I will get the most bang for my buck for crafting boots. So I'm going to go ahead and craft those boots now. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that, and I'll talk to you when I have it crafted so we see how we end up at the end of this episode. And there we go. We got the Everforged Sabatons, thanks to Tabisa, my other paladin, one of many paladins on the account. You must quickly transmog this now, and it's actually worth enchanting these now. I will actually spend some gold on enchanting them, and I'll also get like sockets for these rings. I could see myself keeping all of this jewelry until the end of the series, so I'm going to go ahead and put sockets on them to really splurge a bit on that. And there we go. That's all of our stats. Now we have some enchants. So that's boots. Boots with the fur, the whole dungeon looking at her. Do I get copyright strike for that? I don't know. And we're now at 603 item level with a bunch of new enchants. Actually, you know what? Instead of checking like this, I'll just turn on Narcissus, and it'll tell me when something's missing an enchant. Nothing is missing any enchants. We are rocking it right now. That's great. Look at that. But after all of that babbling, I think that's pretty much it. Don't forget to vote for what spec you want me to play for the other roles. But that's pretty much it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. Let me know what you liked about it in a comment down below. If you had fun, make sure you subscribe because there's more episodes coming. And if you're feeling particularly generous, you can become a channel member. Channel members have guaranteed replies to their comments, and they get nice little shoutouts at the beginning of episodes. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.